Well, that's taken care of. As a heads up, I might have the sniffles. I was out in the cold yesterday, so might have a little bit of an issue with that. Sounds like I can hear myself. Give me 2 seconds, I gotta check on a message. Come on, you stupid phone. Alright. Hello everyone, Bubble Ninja 720 here, bringing you part 128 of my live stream playthrough for Final Fantasy XIV. Continue on with the story. To storm-tossed seas. Oysters on the half-shell, direct hit and determination, that's not two shabs. Thine affairs are in order, then I shall unfold to thee my proposal. Our destination is the ocean floor, yet our goal is not simply to arrive there. Nay, we must needs have the means to breathe and fight freely. Thus would I petition the aid of one of the Fae, a being with whom I have yet to meet face to face. Rather than waste words on explanation, I bid thee follow me unto the hamlet of Sullen, which lieth to the south and west. All will become abundantly clear, I promise thee. And no, I did not finish my flying in Kalusia. Probably should do that. It would be pertinent, but I think I'm gonna force the story more. Get this new zone unlocked. I got some bag slots opened. There to the west, canst thou discern the hump of an isle rising above the water? That foliage-covered mass hideth the key to our safe descent. Swim close and plunge thee beneath the surface. Thou shalt soon divine the reason for mine insistence. Though it be much to my shame, I can but flail and flounder where thou mayest glide as a fish, and shall board a boat to the island, and spare one and all the spectacle of mine inept strokes. Yeah, it is a common joke that Orion J does not swim very well. We're going to go over here to this island. And there's something special about the island. Dive, dive, dive. They look kind of interesting. Sorry about that, I had a sneeze that was stuck and it finally let go. Two curved slabs of rock seem squeezed together here, giving the impression of giant stone eyelids. Underwater fire. Alright, so where else do I go? I guess I go underneath here. Ah, here we go. Here's the other formation. Though it appears solid enough, the rock yields slightly under your touch. Was the surface gently shifting, or was it just your imagination? Haha, pyramid, Ozma. Let's jump straight to cube, Ozma. Well, what hast thou discerned? I've discerned that it's an ordinary island. It reminds me of a certain primal. It's just like the big one. Yes, yes. A certain primal. Most perceptive. According to the lore of the Pixies, we are even now perched upon the back of an ancient fey entity. Its name is Bismarck. Aye, the selfsame title by which we know the great feathered whale, revered by the Vanu Vanu of the Source. I would enlist its aid to bear us onto the deep, and then Spanish the water with an airy sphere, alike in form to the domes which do shelter the hamlets neath the Ruby Sea. Within its compass we may move unencumbered, and defend ourselves when the hour of battle cometh, as it most surely shall. Now I must needs ask for silence whilst I make my supplication.
Wir Sach, Bilan Bismail.
Lo, Ilida, Sawin, Mirane. Amatagnai.
Oh, that's all he said? Okay.
Fallen si lor wislan. Ada si alina.
Jan Urs Atslir. Olfod Thim. Iri Guath Thi.
Oh dear. I don't need to speak Fey to know that didn't go well.
We need Feul. I know what to do.
Oh, my snake yak! You've learned to call me at last! And where do you go? On a trip? A journey? I knew you wouldn't give up without a fight. Oh, my precious mortal, I shall help you in any way I can. Gers Bismail win picked. Van dromi drom jakom. Van red rithje.
Ahai Ulla. Sahawin Wilsk. Isnel Vim. Sur Vierlo.
Be sure to scrub this one's teeth for him upon your return. It's only good manners.
It will be done, Your Majesty. Our deepest thanks for your timely intervention.
An agreement is reached and your departure is at hand. You wingless ones best hold on tight. May the blessings of the Fae keep you safe, Inba.
Lo fallo ruis. Vanin narsitar. Dir sitagnai.
All right. We're about to give everyone a good show.
And just like that, it's all gone back to the way it was.
What was you expecting? 100 years of honey and rainbows? Seeing them Yulmore types wake up and smell the ashes was miracle enough for me.
Ah, the magic in the air when that ladder started moving. And when that great hulking Talos rose up. Gods.
You're about to get a big, huge shock of
1,000 years and never behold anything so amazing.
Well, turn around.
What the? Do you see that?
What a monster! Where did it even come from?
Guys,
Whoa, yeah.
It's not stopping.
you better start moving.
Run! Run!
We might have accidentally killed a few people in our journey.
Lo vanana ana. Tilden sitok. Iri halbsi. Funne. Aktma thonyasni. Tagnai.
And now I'm on the ocean floor.
Wow.
To me, the Reen looked like she got a scar on the side of her face.
The breath of Bismarck. See how it swells to form a dome beneath the waves? The waters recede. The tempest's floor is laid bare. In defiance of the blinding sky, this place holds fast to its gloom. The last refuge of he who denies the light with every fiber of his being. You stand at the precipice, hero. Journey unto the heart of darkness. Finish it.
The Tempest, the very last zone of Shadowbringers. And with it, I'm on the last leg of the original storyline. Full glad am I that Bismarck was true to his word. We arrived in the Tempest safe and dry. 'Tis here that we shall find the lair of Emmett Selk, and I believe the imprisoned Exarch as well. For an Ashian alone, it is of course a trifling matter to flee into the rift. Yet I suspect such travel is nigh impossible with the mortal in one's custody. Nay, he would not soon risk his prize when the Exarch's very body serveth as the key to the Crystal Tower and its powers of temporal transportation. Thus am I all but certain that this underwater realm harboreth our friend and enemy both. We have but to find them. In the event that you leave the area, speak with Inuel at Venmont Yards and it clues you to return to the Tempest. For now. Waiting in the depths. Now, as for where we should be looking, I rather doubt Emmett Selk will be sitting around out in the open. I propose we follow the slope down towards the deeper trenches and keep an eye out for rock formations large enough to house a stronghold. Let's be off then, but watch your footing. The ground is still wet and like to be slippery. Love it. This is a very interesting take on his own. Hey, Aether Current. Yum, 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 yum. You guys are standing right next to a leech. Gobble this up. I think I found a B rank. Hey, Lefty. Yep, I found Deacon. Got quite a few. There's only one attunement supposedly here right now. I think there's another one in the bottom left. I just don't remember. Let's assist this Ondo. Needs flight. I discovered a new location. Let's go and attune to this aetherite. Yay! Time to ingratiate ourselves to the local peoples. The finless ones. They followed me. Why have you come? Was it you who took away our water? Ah, so this is where the Undo make their home. I had wondered. Pray forgive us any inconvenience we have caused. We were not aware your people lived here in the Tempest. We need this great dome of air that we might conduct a most urgent search, and thus beg you for your understanding. Chieftain, what are we to do? Are you emissaries of the Ancient Ones? The mysteries have stirred. We have seen the illuminated land shining through the gloom of the abyss. If you are the emissaries, the chosen, I bid you welcome. If you are not, I bid you leave. I am not sure I understand. Would you be willing to elaborate? It would seem not. I suggest we withdraw for the moment. So what's the plan? Given your condition, I'm reluctant to suggest lingering here. That said, our presently meandering search would proceed far more swiftly if we could call upon the Undo's local knowledge. Yes, I'd like to know more about this illuminated land the chieftain spoke of. Could it be Emmett Selk's stronghold, do you suppose? Perhaps he lit the lanterns upon his return? We cannot dismiss the possibility, but if these Undo refuse to speak with us... Hero, do you remember my first scheme for entering Yulmore? How I had planned to ingratiate myself by offering lucrative trading opportunities with the Undo. The individual I dealt with was grotesque in manner and curious in custom, but we were able to reach an agreement nonetheless. I believe that with the right approach we could build a similar relationship here. What kind of approach did you have in mind? That chieftain fellow didn't leave us many options. If we are to tread the swiftest course, then we must needs locate its beginning. 'Tis plain our all too dramatic arrival hath thrown the settlement into confusion. Were we to solve such problems as we have caused, and assure our hosts thereby that our purpose here is not inimical to them, they may yet prove amenable to reason. I smell chores, but very well, if it can be done quickly. What do you think? I have nothing better to offer, but I do worry that what will happen if the Undo's tales end up leading us to a dead end. I cannot say for certain, but I sense this tribe has a deeper connection to the Ashians than first meets the eye. It warrants further investigation, thus I cast my vote in favor of aiding the settlement for the time being. We'll make allies with the Undo, let's do what we do best. I'll do what I can, I suppose. Let's do what we do best. Then it's settled. Y'shtola, pray proceed with your investigations. The rest of us will see about fostering some goodwill. Hero, you won't believe who I've just bumped into. This is P128, the very fellow I did business with prior to our ill-fated stay in Yulmore. I waited and you did not come. Then the misstell came, but his visits did not continue. I am truly sorry, P128. Things did not proceed as planned. Is there aught we can do for you by way of an apology? Perhaps. Where the dry return. A cavern to the north is home to giant crabs. We do not fear the crab, but we are the swifter swimmers. But now there is no water. We run and they scuttle close behind, snipping and snapping with their claws. There are too many of them, too many. I believe I could be of assistance there. And what of you, hero? If you've not found a task, you are most welcome to join me. Indeed, I should appreciate the company, where the dry return has a rather ominous ring to it. Let's do it. So, I checked it yesterday, and I believe I'm around 7 quests away from the quote-unquote end of Shadowbringers and into post Shadowbringers. And of course the ending of that set chain will throw me into a dungeons and trial 1-2 combo. I need to figure out how I'm gonna get in here. Or is there actually an opening here? Oh, there's an opening here. Okay, cool. Eat those crits. I need to kill 3 of these suckers. See a vista. We're gonna kill this last crab and then we're gonna go do the vista. All right. Got a red mage. Where the dry return. Give me a little bit of extra. Repair everything. If I can at least get to the point where we're at the dungeon and the trial, I'll be happy. Don't think that's gonna happen though. I got a long while to go. We're already about a half an hour in. Hello, there's another vista. Well, might as well go hit this one up too. Leondo Cups. Look out below. You could crack their shells? You must be stronger than you look. I see you've reached your quota first again. I shall never be your equal in such tasks. Dell would say we have reduced the local crab population to a far less threatening number. My thanks to both of you. You must have a reward. Nay, Posh Soan. This was to be a part of my apology to you, remember? Besides which, the lack of water is our doing, for which you must also make amends. Might I convince you to tell us something about your village instead? I would very much like to learn more of you and your people. Very well. Before the flood came, it is said that our ancestral home was found in the seas to the south. It was utterly destroyed by the light. Only those who were out hunting survived. They swam, aimless and lost, until they spied buildings here on the ocean floor. Strange buildings they were, and long had they stood under the water, yet somehow they had been spared the scars of time and current. These structures provided shelter for my people, protection from the tempest's turbulent waters and the predators which hunted within them. Their very existence seemed a miracle. The first settlers pondered their good fortune. It was clear that the race who had built such wonders had guided their course, and from this did they discern the truth. That the ancients had chosen us to serve as caretakers of their eternal sanctuary until such time as they returned. Thus, if it is judged that your coming, and this great vanishing of water, was by the ancients' design, you will find warm welcome here. A truly astonishing history, yet I cannot help but wonder, how will the significance or otherwise of our arrival be decided? The ancients have blessed us with protection and prosperity. If your presence serves to bring us the same, there will be no doubt in the matter. And it would seem our early decision was the correct one. We thank you for the lesson, Pashuan, and we'll continue to do all we can to assist your people. Do you desire our help with any other trouble? Pray do not hesitate to ask. We should return to the task at hand. Only do try not to overexert yourself, my friend. The risk far outweighs the gain. More XP. Ooh, and there's blue missions. Narash's Coel. Coel of the Cups. Hail, finless one, and welcome to the Cups. Long have I wanted to converse with one of your kind. I am called Narash's Coel. How may I address you? I'm Hero. Curious. Before we speak at length, there is something I would show to you. Let us leave behind the Cups and head due west. Come. And that was the only one here. There's a gem trader though, which I need to get. Sorry, Yish. Give me a second. Trade my goods for your bicolored gemstones. I suppose I could, or rather should. That's what I'm here for. Academia prospectuses. Amarat wall lamp. So it's actually got some housing stuff here. Cool. Sweet. City of the Ancients. Hero, have you learned aught of note? A bunch of shit. Fascinating, and precisely the sort of information I was hoping to hear. In fact, if you have a moment, I'd like to borrow your eyes to confirm a theory I've been working on. Come. We're heading this way. Ugh. Now, there are two tasks I would have you perform. The first requires you to inspect the buildings which surround the Undo settlement and note their most distinctive characteristics. For the second, I wish to use this knife to take scrapings from one of the remnant walls. Pray be as thorough as you can. I shall be waiting here for the results of your investigations. Inspect the structures of the Ondo cups for distinctive features. You may move the camera as well as zoom in and out, target a building, and examine with R2X. The tall, slender towers feature many elaborate windows, the likes of which you have seen nowhere else. Hey, Lefty. You set the point of the knife against the wall, but even after applying considerable pressure, you cannot remove so much as a flake of stone. I mean, it is mithril. I've got stronger equipment. Way past mithril. That was level 30 gear there, girl, you're making me use. And what have you discovered? That you gave me faulty equipment. Yes, I would agree that the windows are most distinctive. 'Twould seem the structures appear the same to both your sight and mine. And you say you could not so much as scratch the wall, even with all your might behind the blade? Hero, everywhere I turn in this place, my gaze is drawn by peculiar materials for which I do not have a name. The buildings ahead you investigate are prime examples. They may appear to be constructed of ordinary stone, but I assure you it is nothing of the sort. If pressed, I would describe the substance as a composite of several mineral properties, blended to create a material of unparalleled durability. Even the Ronkin Empire, once the greatest power at Norvrant, produced nothing which compares to this level of perfection. But if not the Ronkins, then who? Who are these ancients the Undo claim as the architects of their sanctuary? I suspect our answer lies with it, the reason Emmett Selk withdrew here to the Tempest. He may simply have wished to retreat somewhere mere mortals would struggle to reach, but there are many such remote locations. Why here specifically? Emmett Selk is devoted to his role, and thus we might assume his choice of stronghold somehow serves the Ascian agenda. Or mayhap 'tis a place more dear to him than any other. Are you saying this was built by ancient Ascians? Could this place provide power to Emmett Selk? I couldn't say either way. Built by ancient Ascians. That is my theory, that these structures are remnants of a time before history, of a star that was yet whole and unbroken. Such traces in the source would have been obliterated by the succession of umbral calamities, but here in the first they might have remained untouched for millennia. A copy of the mural in the Katana Ravel. Almet presented it to me during my visit to Fano after our victory in Kalusia. Here in the first scene, by Emmett Selk's own words, it depicts the city of eons past and the disaster which befell it. The design is much simplified, of course, but do you see the similarities between its towers and those you have just inspected? Big windows. We are close to the truth, I feel. Let us search the surrounds for another tower, one which matches the picture near enough to remove all doubt. From what I have seen, not more than sand and more sand lies to the east, and the south held no such structures. I suggest we try our luck further to the northwest. Sure thing. You may view the Katana Ravel mural at any time during this quest by using the relevant item in the key items menu. The quest destination will not be displayed on the map. You must search for a structure which resembles the buildings in the mural, then inspect it from the survey point. The survey point will be found nearby in a location which allows a full view of the structure. This is another thing they start peppering in. They start tossing in the quests where you can't find what it is just by running to its location. I was trying to go around you, but I guess I'm going to pull you anyways. getting stuck on the scenery. I haven't seen any survey points. Then again, I'm not even seeing any structures. Should probably just go all the way over to here. I'm gonna go over this way. Hello. There's stuff over yon way. Alright, so I can't go that way because it's a perilous trap into the trench. That's a deep trench. Trying to find a survey point. You can't just drop off. I'm just gonna ride the edge here because I believe that there should be a survey point around here. You can see lights in the distance, and it looks like a giant city. Come on, survey point. Alright, I'm gonna cheat. I've done this before, I just don't remember where it's at. So... City of the Ancients. I guess I gotta go further down. Not as north and west as they had said it would be. Actually, I was wrong. I think it's this building right here, somewhere around here. Oh, there's an aether current here too. Sweet. And there's my survey point. Haha. I was in the wrong area. Alright, suck that up. So I'm halfway done with this area in terms of searching. Let's survey. Hi, this is the mural writ large. Though I cannot guess at its purpose, it must have been an imposing sight. How much of the tower's height lies hidden beneath the ground, I wonder. Centuries of our history have settled upon such ruins, countless layers of dust and sediment. An entire civilization and its existence forgotten by all except a handful of Ashians. And yet it did exist. They lived here in this city. Let us focus on what we've learned thus far. The Undo chieftain spoke of mysterious stirring and of a land eliminated. Judging by his words, he believes this phenomenon related to the ancients' return. Thus can we surmise that what the Undo saw shining in the abyss was, in all likelihood, yet another remnant of this age-old civilization. And who else would light the lanterns, as Reen put it, than Selk himself? 'Tis almost certain he is there. But if we are to find this stronghold in a timely manner, it seems gaining the Undo's trust remains our swiftest path forward. I only hope our deeds are enough to win them over. The light of inspiration. Thank you for assisting me with my investigations. I shall seek out our companions and share what we have learned. Much as I would like to tell you to sit down and leave the rest to us, your condition demands that we make all reasonable haste. If you are not too weary, it may be useful to speak with Posh Sohan again, and ask if there is aught else he is willing to divulge. You have to make use of these little bridges until you can fly. These are relics of your kind, yes. The leavings of a ship that sailed the seas above long ago. They lie as they fell, untouched by any Undo, for most have little interest in the affairs of the Finless. I, however, do. Ever since I was saved by one of yours, after being washed ashore, weary and near death. Such kindness is a rare and wonderful thing, and I would know more of the people who showed it to me. And so I ask you, hero, to teach me of your ways. These objects, for example, what purpose do they serve? How are they to be used? Namash Kol gestures to the nearby debris, entreating you to inspect them closely and offer up a detailed explanation. Among the debris you spy what appears to be a rotting ship's wheel. That was carved from the wood from one of your many trees, yes? What purpose does this peculiar contraption serve? Fashion, you wear it on your head. No, it's used to steer a ship at sea. Ah, the vessels of your kind uses to traverse our waters. Then without a wheel, it is at the mercy of the wind and the currents. I see. Among the debris you spy what appear to be remnants of several shattered bottles of wine. Such fragile containers they were. I suspect they once contained something of great value. What can you tell me of their purpose? They were used as makeshift weapons, first to bludgeon, then to stab. Barman shanks! They were used to store intoxicating spirits. Fragrant liquids which cloud the mind? I have heard of these before. Do finless ones so delight in dulling their wits? Thank you, hero. In our short time together, you have already taught me so much. I pity that none of these pearls of wisdom will serve my needs. Neroshus, what are you thinking, wandering off on your own with this finless one? This is no time for you to fiddle with their leavings. The Clutch Mother is in terrible distress. No, you do not understand. I brought him here too. Pray forgive this child his impudence. I am Zerosh's son, and on behalf of the Clutch Mother, I come to entreat your assistance. What do you need? It seems you do not realize that in driving back the waters of the Tempest, you have placed our beloved Clutch Mother, leader of the Undo, in mortal peril. She is pregnant. Here in the depths she will give birth to many, many eggs. We male Undo will then take them into our care and raise them as our own. But absent the flowing waters, we know not if she will be able to deliver them safely. If not, the future of our people will be in jeopardy. The flood of light claimed many Undo lives. Though we have rebuilt our numbers somewhat in the decades since, it would be devastating to lose an entire generation, or worse, the Clutch Mother herself. She wishes to speak with you directly, that we might together find a solution to this dilemma. Will you return with me to the cups? Sure. Neroshus, come. I will not let you trouble our guest or the Clutch Mother further. Everything I have done for her. That's a Dagon. Alright. Alphinode's friend. You and your companions have done much to repair the damage caused when the waters parted. Anything else you can do? Have you been to the Walls of the Forgotten? I think I've just come from them. Are they the ruins to the northwest? Yes, that is the sacred site of which I speak. Could it be that your footsteps were guided there by the ancients? I believe it may be so. Listen then, and I will tell you of our plans to bring light to the walls, that we might answer the shining call of the illuminated land. We have requested a finless craftsman to shape for us a sacred lamp. He is odd for a land dweller, choosing as he does to live in the ocean, but his skill is beyond question. It is concerning, however, that we have heard nothing of his progress. If you were to visit this artisan and return with our long-awaited light, then any doubt as to your purpose would be laid to rest. His name is Grenold. You will find his workshop in a metal structure to the south. Hey, we're gonna go find Grenold. And we might end up getting some relic gear. Which would be useful. How am I supposed to get in? Oh. Ask a stupid question, get a stupid answer. Use the door, dingus. Found Grennel. Oh. The workbench. Oh, that's just great, that is. Me mind's playing tricks on me now. Look, Grennel, someone's come to visit you at the bottom of the bleeding ocean. Or it might be as you're a ghost, eh? Go on, foul shade, feast yourself on me rotten soul. I got no use for it. A craftsman that can't craft is more pointless than a sea slug with a dome and hammer. And that's an insult to bloody sea slugs. Grennel appears to be suffering from a crushing bout of self-doubt. Maybe you can help psych him up. Alright, where is it? Here it is. Yeah? You wouldn't be trying to raise me spirits now, would you, spirit? Not what you'd expect from a servant of the netherworld. Has it really come to this? Have we met before? Has it really come to this? What's that supposed to mean? Not impressed with what you see, lad? Aye, well, I may have let myself go a bit. This was meant to be me underwater sanctuary, a place where I could concentrate on me work, far from the distraction of the outside world. And yet, here you stand. Now what's so damned important that you dive all the way down to the bottom of the bleeding tempest to bother me? Ah, the Undo's lamp. God's curse me, empty head. I've not so much as made a start. I'm worthless. Worth less than a sea slug, nay, the slime left by a sea slug. Me delivery date's long past, me workbench is untouched, and I call myself a bleeding artisan. You've heard their beliefs, have you? Bringing light to them ruins will be an act of deep religious and cultural significance. And it was my privilege as a craftsman to be tasked with providing a ritual instrument worthy of the occasion. But I just can't bloody well. Gah! My mind's a bleeding blank. It's like I pissed away my last drop of inspiration. Tell me you got something to show me. Something as'll give me a muse a right good kick up the arse. The Endo want to honor the coming of the ancients. These ancients. So their answering light's got to blaze with the right kind of brightness. Like the spark of life caught in a crystal. But just being sparkly is not enough. It's got to dance with joy and sorrow and a sense of hardship endured. You know what I mean? Grennel seeks a particular kind of inspiration. The kind that crystallizes only at the culmination of a long and tragic tale. Alright. Here we go. This is where you get gated. Complete any of the role quest lines available at the Wandering Stairs and the Crystarium, then return to Grennel once more. So this is where I got gated. So now I need to find out where to go. I think I was going to Ilmeg. So we're going to turn these off for now. We're going to turn this one on. Oh, we're going to Amarang. We're going to Mord Suck. Darn. I didn't think it was going to be this early where I'd get stuck, but oh well. Sidetracked. Where you at, Granson? Really? Are you up there? No, you're right there. Fine weather we're having today in Mordsoak, isn't it? No such thing as a thing without value. That's the creed of these folk. We'll find no shortage of Voberdite trinkets here. Finding the right one, on the other hand, is the challenge. I say divide and conquer as before. No lefty, let's do it. Yes, do you have business with me, traveler? Looking for some trinkets. Oh, the Verbertite choker. Is that what all this fuss is about? Then you're in luck, for my husband has yet to sell it. Once we realized how valuable it was, though, he insisted on carrying it with him at all times. If you're not willing to wait for him to return, you could try to find him at the ruins where he's scavenging for relics. They're not far. Oh, there's one over here. Citizen, sorry about that. Well met, well met. How may I be of service to you? Information, please. Oh ho, a choker that once belonged to Voberdite royalty, you say? If only I had such a remarkable treasure in my possession, but no, I do not. In all my years here, I have never even heard of someone unearthing such a thing. What news, friend? Ha, to think that it was that easy. You've the luck of the Fae. But we need to hurry. If my theory is correct, and so long as that scavenger has a choker, he's a target for Dekaisen. Gotta find the enterprising scavenger now. Pretty far south. Mercy! Mercy! Take whatever you want, but please don't kill me. I have a family. Please, I beg of you, Ah! We didn't save him in time. Now I gotta contend with this bugger. Please. Please. Shame you missed the fun. This one bit off more than he could chew. Probably because it was a newborn. You can tell by the lingering vestiges of intelligence in self. You can see it in their eyes. Like when Dekaisen... Don't tell me you saw him. Yep. Wicked white, and he took the choker too? Damn it. Damn it all. He can't keep getting away with it. He can't keep getting away with it. Just like Wright. I was too late to save him, just like I was too late to save her. But not again, never again. I'll hunt you to the ends of the world, Dekais, and vengeance will be mine. Right, yes, neither the time nor the place. More eaters could be about. It's just, every time I cut one down, it reminds me of my first, of her. We may have failed to stop him this time, but what matters is that we'll both live to see another day. Pity that Scavenger didn't, and the wife doesn't yet know she's become a widow. Thought it. I'll tell her what happened. I've been there, so maybe it'll help me to find the right words. Not that there ever are any. Afterwards, I'll have a good think about our next step. Don't let me keep you from your other affairs, hero. We'll speak again soon. The Princess and Her Knight. Hey there, Sinner. I broke the bad news to the widow of that scavenger while you were away. She took it about as well as you'd expect. After she'd cried herself hoarse, I started asking her about the choker and where her husband had got it. Elmeg. Seems he and his mates took a trip to Elmeg a year or so back, hoping to cart off all the Verbertite treasures they could carry from an untouched ruin they'd learned about. Of course, in their greed, they neglected to account for the Fey folk, who killed or drove mad most of them. Those who survived didn't come away empty-handed, though. In fact, they'd stumbled upon a remarkable find, 3 sacred treasures of the royal family. They escaped with 2, the Fangs of Orthus being one of them, which was sold by another scavenger to a Yulmoran. Either that merchant you met at the Beehive or an agent of his, I'd wager. So the merchant gives it over to Melinda for restoration, after which Dekaisen attacks Wright, presumably because he's after it as well. Meanwhile, the scavenger here in Mordsuk keeps the choker, the Eyes of Orthus, locked away for safekeeping. And when he finally decides to sell it, the sinless bastard shows up again. Which brings us to the here and now. Damned if I know why, but at this point there's no denying that Dekaisen's been hunting the royal relics. And so, assuming hasn't already claimed the third one, the Claws of Orthus, then I say we should get our hands on it first and then use it to lure him out of hiding. But to that end, we'll have to venture into the Fairy Kingdom ourselves. Those scavengers didn't receive the warmest welcome, and we're not the like to be treated any better. I've traveled to Ilmeg before. I was away with the Fae for a time. I was away with the Fae for a time. Why does that not surprise me? Well, if you and the Fae have an understanding, perhaps we could traverse their lands without worry. That settles it then. We'll head to Ilmeg and ask for this Vobertite ring. After this Vobertite ring. I gotta figure out where I'm going first. Okay, so we are going to the first town in Ilmeg. Lidloran. What a remarkably uneventful trip. I kept jumping at shadows, waiting for eaters or foul demons or worse to attack, though that might be preferable to the Fae, frankly. Still, we're going to have to deal with them eventually if we're going to find this ring. After all, the Numu were part of Obertite society, and without their help, I'm not sure where to even begin our search. Perhaps there's a village of some sort you can guide us to? Well, there's plenty that I can recall. Plenty, eh? Very well, lead on, sinner. Kind of like the area. My average cost didn't go down, that's weird. Oh well. Something about your demeanor bespeaks the question unasked. Have I the right of it? I need a drink. A ring that belonged to the royal family of Ober and was called the Claws of Orthus. But Vober is long gone, and as are the caretakers of the ring you seek. Who can say where it might have gone to? Oh, hello there. Have you questions for me? The Claws of Orthus, it is a ring, you say. The name I have heard before, but I know nothing save that. Oh, Soul served the royal family before the flood. Somewhat temperamental they are, but surely they will have knowledge of this treasure you seek. Had yourself a conversation or three? Learn anything interesting? So this Soul is the one we ought to speak with, eh? A former servant of the royal family, which would mean they've lived well over a century. Bugger me. Dang, getting a lot of lefty today. Not that it's a bad thing. We found our new moo. Of late, you've proven yourself to be a skilled conversationalist, so why don't you explain the situation? I do not know you, yet you seem to know me. The fifth was discovered yesterday, a young girl not yet of age, transformed into a misshapen beast like the others before her. As if we needed more proof of a pattern. At this rate, any citizen could be next. Tell me you at least learned something from this one. I studied her remains myself. 'Twas plain a powerful magic had been employed. Vestiges of the enchantment lingered long after. The culprit, I think, is not a man to be trifled with. That is all I can say for now. But you may rest assured that I will ascertain their identity ere long. On my honor as court mage, I swear it. Until I do, however, I would implore you and your fellow knights to dispatch any who turn on or show signs without hesitation. But these are our kith and kin. Should we not try to keep them alive until a way to reverse their transformation can be found? Your mercy would place countless others at risk. As the Knight of Vobert, did you not vow to serve all her people? Justice for the weakest among us, was it not? How many such innocents will die before you do what must needs be done? It pains me deeply, Brandon, but the safety of the royal family is paramount. I fear that to take anything less than the most drastic measures would be to invite death into this castle. Death is already here, surely you must see that. I will not let it be whispered that Princess Saldia turned a blind eye to her people suffering. These crimes are a tragedy and weighs upon every Verbertite's soul, mine most of all. That is why I will take charge of the investigation myself. My lady, be reasonable. You cannot put yourself in harm's way. You have a responsibility to your subjects. So I am to gamble with their lives instead. Let them shield me while I alone take shelter and look down on them from on high. Yes, exactly. You are their princess. You're Brandon, yes, the new recruit. A rather promising one from what the captain has told me. He will attend me personally. My lady. You heard me. I will not stand idly by when I have the power to make a difference. Together we will see justice done for all, as your vow and your princess demand. Lady Saldia, I understand. Forgive me my hesitation. My life and my sword are yours to command. I have great expectations for you. I trust you will not disappoint me. Right. There's no telling when our culprit will strike again, so we must begin our investigation at once. There are witnesses to be questioned, clues to be gathered. Come, come. Now, Lady Saldia. Lady Saldia. Ever the stubborn child. I wish you the best of luck, Brandon. You will need it and more. I can already tell who the culprit is. Hey, are you alright? The way you were holding your head as if racked by a terrible pain. What happened to you just now? I saw your vision. Your past. Lady Saldia. You saw her with your mind's eye. Then it is as I suspected. You have the gift too. You are like Brandon. What do you mean he's like Brandon? Why have you come to me? What is it that you seek? I see. And for this hunt of yours, you have come to Ilmeg in search of the Claws of Orthus. I am afraid this is no simple matter. First, I would know that you are capable of facing the eater you seek. Ugh. Fine. There's a spot in a river not far from here in which I used to bathe until a number of beasts grew equally fond of it. If you are the warrior you claim to be, they should pose no challenge whatsoever. I can prove that easily. As for you, I have questions. Time to bloody me axe. Hey Plex, how you doing, buddy? In a little bit I'm going to hop on and do 7 days. Just trying to get some more of this knocked out because I'm almost done with Shadowbringers. Ah, this is an interesting little bathing area. Nice. Did it go smoothly? Any issues? Any hitches? Nice. What day are you on? Oh, those guys were chumps. Yeah. Hey, I got a shower this morning. I am nice and fragrant in the positive way, not the negative way. The beasts are no more, then. Good, good. I hadn't the heart to do it myself, for they were no ordinary beasts, but old friends who had survived the flood, victims of the curse you heard us speak of in your vision. So this curse transforms people into monsters, like how sin-eaters can spawn more of their own kind. I will speak no more of this or other matters until after you have completed the task I set before you. This is not negotiable, Granson. Hero accepted my terms, and so must you. Huh. So secretive, the both of you. Can't we just speak plain? Your comrade refuses to acknowledge the situation. This may take time, but I am patient. Indeed, I have dealt with many a stubborn child in my life. Yeah, paella. Too bad it doesn't give me any good benefits. The hardened heart. Exemplary timing, hero. 'Twas not more than a moment ago that Granson returned, having at last obliged my humble request. Humble request, my arse. This one's no better than a Yulmoran aristocrat, so accustomed to making others do their bidding. I tell you, there's something off-putting about taking orders from a dog. Ere you continue and give me cause to reconsider aiding your hunt, perhaps you should ask your questions. Fine. Hero said he saw a vision of you and Brandon looking thick as thieves. You were friends, eh? Know what he's up to now? Brandon is dead. He died a century ago together with his comrade in an attempt to halt the flood that they themselves set in motion. I presume you speak of the eater that took possession of his corpse. Yeah, right. Dicaiason, aye. But unlike most eaters, he's been doing more than roam about aimlessly. For some reason, he's been hunting down rural treasures of old Vobert. And he's been killing anyone who got in his way. Is he now? What irony. Even in death, he remains a slave to duty. A knight brave and true. He's a murderer, and I'll not hear it said otherwise. He ruined my life. Killed my beloved right before my very eyes. Every night I go to bed dreaming of the day I'll take my revenge. Oh, I see. Truly you have suffered a terrible loss, but while your thirst for vengeance is quite natural and understandable, it is ultimately misguided. Unusual behavior notwithstanding, Dicaiason is nevertheless no more than an eater. To hate him is to hate the sea that claims the ship, the disease that steals the child, the tremor that topples the home, the mindless force of nature that begets destruction driven by fragmented memory. Don't you dare make excuses for him. You think I wanted any of this? I grew up on a farm, I could barely wield a sword, and now I've got to kill one of the bloody cardinal virtues. Hate and anger and vengeance are all I've got now. My every waking moment is dedicated to plotting his death. It has to be. It has to be. So just tell us where the God's damn ring is, and we'll be on our way. This is how it has to be, Who? You have to be. Nay, I think not. You ask too much, demand far, far too much. In exchange for what? This I cannot abide. Are you trying to barter with me? You little shite. Tell me what I want to know or I'll beat it out of you. Back off, hero. I won't let anyone or anything stand between me and Melinda's murderer. Oh, nice. Congrats, if you can get it done. Or if not, at least you got a fallback point. Brandon was a dear friend. To know that neither disgraces his flesh and his memory pains me more than I could well express. It would bring me great comfort if you were to grant him peace. I should like to share with you a story, if you would be so kind as to join me at Ligia. It said, better have a point. It's very fitting that Brandon is a Dark Knight. Yeah, that's me. I basically made it look as close as it could to me. I'm an ugly mofo, but can't make ugly mofos really in this game without making them look super derpy. I did make it the approximate height, though. Oh, I get to fight. Yay. I think I'm going to be playing as Brandon. The Hardened Heart. This is where I get thrust into the body of another character and I have to use their skills, which I'm not really good with. Yeah, you're right. Tis beautiful even now, a palace of forgotten dreams. But before it was Ligia, in the time of Ober, it was Gruna's Licht. The memory of mine in which you walked was of a troubled time, when the people of our kingdom were preyed upon by an ambitious fool. Brandon, then a young knight who had only just won his spurs, had caught the eye of Princess Saldia, who chose him as her personal guardian. However, he was far too inexperienced, and was unable to keep her safe when she ventured outside the walls on one of her investigations. For his failure, he was stripped of his knighthood, and shortly thereafter he quit Vobert. I thought I would never see him again. But then one day he returned, one of several wandering adventurers led by a man named Ardbert, who had accepted our invitation to look into the mysterious transformations which had continued unabated in Brandon's absence. Lady Saldia was overjoyed, and for a time it was like nothing had changed. They spoke often and grew even closer. And then came the day when we learned the truth. When we learned that the architect of our kingdom's suffering was none other than the court mage, Tadric. You know, all these times I have these head-splitting headaches in this game, I could always get finished off really easily. I don't know, maybe you should start leading people to my stream. I'm kidding. I'm really not in it for the, I'm basically just here to share stories. I'm not really in it for the subscribers and stuff. I already know it's a pipe dream, but, If people sub, they sub. If they like, they like. If not, well. It's appreciated, though. By the way, don't forget to check out Plex's Gaming. He's got quite a bit going on over on his end. And he has regular scheduling. As opposed to me. It's him. Brandon, I'm sorry. So am I. Come, let's have done with it. So we have a warrior, a black mage, an archer, a white mage, and a paladin. So we have 2 tanks, a healer, and 2 DPS. Yeah, I speed talk a lot. I have a problem with it. I mean, he even looks like a bad guy. He kind of reminds me of Jafar. A lot of teeth going on. It was you, Tadric. Do not deny it. Tormenting our people, twisting and transforming them into monsters, and for what? Brandon. And after I took such pains to be rid of you, You may strip me of my titles, but not my oaths. I shall serve Lady Saldia to my dying breath. No, this is another character. As you like. Once I have killed you and your friends, there will be no one left to stop me from claiming the throne. Hear me, my children. The hour of reckoning is at hand. Rejoice, for a noble sacrifice shall you find everlasting glory. Lord Tadric, it hurts. Soon you shall know no more pain. I was going to make it quick for old time's sake, but now I think I ought to take my time. Alright, I gotta remember. I got interject, fight or flight, chivalrous spirit that heals, great swashbuckler's combo. I'm literally playing as a thing right now, a paladin. I'm trying to kill them. Come on, drop them. There we go. Tadric the Vainglorious, I love it. Ah, crab baskets. Oh wait, I gotta heal. Oh, I can't hit him, I forgot. Interject. I'm out of MP. Oh, I healed myself for no use because I got healed by the other healer. I have to go through all these ads before I'll be able to take this other guy down. Oh. on, someone limit break already. There we go. Line them up. Go for the double whammy. There we go. Still got... Whoop. Still got 4 more cronies to go through. Brandon's right here. I've been fighting. I'm playing the role of Brandon right now. Technically, everyone's been fighting. Uh-oh. That's not kosher. Body block. Ooh, that hurt. Alright, that one's down. Ooh, do I have to stand? Oh, never mind. Oh. Cool. These guys. Probably can't bring them close. I have to kill it. Nope, that didn't work. We just gotta kill him fast. Even the healer, do some damage. He's almost dead. Yay. Arbor had to get the last hit in. You saw that. He had to smack him with his axe one last time after he bent over. Meddlesome wretch. This kingdom is by rights mine. Brandon, what is the meaning of this? Tadric, you. But why, after serving us faithfully for so many years? I wouldn't get close. I'm no servant, not of your mother or father or you. Yep. Game over. My lady. Gods damn you. Lop his head off. Nope, he's already dead. Never mind. I still put the pick into his head just to make sure. You know, you could double tap. You never know when he gets back up. Lady Saldia, speak to me. Brandon, my dear brave Brandon, am I your princess still? Would you honor your vows even now? She's gonna tell him to kill her. Now and after, my lady, my sword is yours to command. That as well, would that I had the strength to wield it myself. Steel your heart, brave Brandon, for the good of Ober and her people. No, I cannot. I will not. Honor your vows to your kingdom, to your princess. The size difference between a Rogden and a Oh, I forgot what they're called. Damn, I forgot the name of them. Isn't it supposed to be usually when a caster dies, their abilities dissipate? But I guess not. Wow, they actually made her character model look really cool. To your friend who never doubted you, who knew that you would return and to seek justice. Justice. So he had a precursor to the flood for the Sin Eaters then. No, it should be me. Brandon, my sword, now and ever after. Branded traitors after this. We've rounded up the rest of Tadric's co-conspirators and tossed them in the Gal. The ones who hadn't been corrupted by his magics, that is. I'll not hesitate again, no matter the cost, no matter the sacrifice. I definitely want to get this storyline done before the end of stream, so that way we can get back to story for next stream, which would be good. Well, you saw what happened. At least Tadric got his just desserts. Wicked White. She begged him to do it, like Melinda. Come, let us quit this place and return to Pliny. Which sounds like a play on plenty. Like, plenty enough stuff to do. Oh, you afraid of my face cracking your screen, or turning you to stone? Unfortunately, I don't even have a working camera right now. The last camera I had was for my PS4, and it ended up breaking, and I'm on PS5 now, so I wouldn't even be able to adapt it. And I don't have the money right now to afford a camera, so that's part of another reason why I don't use the camera. The other part being is I usually don't pay attention to where I'm at as opposed to how the camera is oriented, so I go off screen a lot. Do you know why I entered into the royal family's service many long years ago? Because when I was attacked by a wild beast which nearly tore me to shreds, it was Lady Saldia who came to my rescue. She saved me, and that is a debt that can never be repaid, for there is naught in this world which holds greater value than life itself. Not even her death absolves me of it, and so I must always first consider her wishes, her desires. what she would want from me and her kingdom. For Brandon, and yes, even for you, grandson. For me. To define one's in opposition to the other, another bereft of complexity or nuance, wholly devoid of redeeming qualities. A villain, indeed, there is comfort in certainty and hatred. Arc welding shields, huh? That's how powerful my petrifying presence is. But it is a false and fleeting comfort. Bought with lies we tell ourselves about who we are and what we must be, what we must do. And never you mind the cost. If anything, the more we offer up and sacrifice, the better. Do you not see? Brandon was right to hesitate, to doubt. The unwavering blade cares not whom it serves nor who it cuts. I think I need a moment. Perhaps you do as well. Leave us for now, hero. Sure thing. Ah, to have love and lost. So I get these 3 materias for this, and this is actually the last mission for the side story. I get to kill Dakaisen now. Grandson, I have given you ample time to consider the path that has brought you here, and where it invariably leads all who walk it. Thanks, Plex. I didn't know what to do after I lost Melinda, how to mourn her or how to live. I felt that if I put it all on Dakaisen, put my everything into the hunt, that at least I wouldn't have to think about myself or what comes next. I wanted to hollow myself out and fill up that hole with hate. Forget who I was, an irony of ironies. That's just what the poor bastard tried to do to himself a century ago, too, isn't it? Hard men make hard choices, what rot. Hold on to Melinda and the memories you shared. Let the love guide you. Think not of Dakaisen, but Brandon. Grant him peace, and you will find your own. I did pick the first one. You're right. I don't need the hate. Never did. I'll finish this for Melinda and for Brandon, and then I'll move on. Yeah, could. Move on, you say? I can't live off hate. Shouldn't have made it this far, frankly. And the more I try to reach for it, the more I find sorrow, pity. Curse not fate, but mourn her victims. Remember the dead as they lived. Aye, something like that. Reckon Hero would agree, and Melinda, if she were here, would probably slap me a dozen times and call me a bloody fool for acting the way I have. Or maybe you've been thinking about doing that in her stead, eh? I have a mind using the closed hand instead of the open hand, but you never know. Apologies for treating you with such disrespect before, Sewell. I'd like to claim I finally understand what you've been trying to tell me all this time, but I'm still getting my head around it. Recognizing your fault is the first and most important step. And I'll tell you what I know of the claws of Orthus. The ring, together with the bracelet and choker, are 3 relics passed down through the royal family over generations, signifying the owner's right to rule. Princess Saladia was the last of her line, and after her death, they were stored in a sanctuary for safekeeping. However, a year ago, a band of thieves learned of its existence. The ones who stole the fangs and eyes of Orthus. Yes. The relics were concealed with magical wards. I can only presume that once they were spirited away, Dakaisen was then able to sense their presence. Even in death, a slave to duty, you said. You think he pursued the thieves out of an instinct of loyalty to his princess? That I do. After all, he was content to leave them be so long as they remained hidden. Only 2 of the 3 were taken, then the 3rd is still. Claim the claws of Orthus and he will surely come for you, yes. Tim Gaius is where you must go. Once you arrive at the place I marked on your map, cast this powder into the air. The glamour will fade and you will see the chest with the ring. The rest is up to you. Thank you, Soul. I promise we will bring your friend peace. With me, sinner. You know, he calls you a sinner throughout this entire ordeal, and you never get the title sinner. May you find peace as well, child. I think the last one I got right now is the Enemy of Innocence. After knocking out Innocence, of course. Alright, we're going this way. Dang, it's all the way over there. At least I get the ride on discount Shenron. So I'm thinking about the ammo usage that I've been using in 7 days, and I think right now my best ammo pull is my 7.62. My weakest has to be probably 44. It's mushroom powder that I'm using. You toss the powder into the air, and as it slowly settles to the earth as twinkling motes of light, a coffer begins to take shape. Time for me to knock out the Kaisen. Appreciate you, Plexus. Thank you. I'll have to do the same for you. Oh, there's the ring. It's such a simple looking ring, too. This must be the Claws of Orthus. Well, that's left to decide when and where we want to confront the Eater. We're gonna do it right now, I bet. Never mind. Don't laugh at me. I was right. Or we could deal with it here and now. Speak of the devil and he shall appear. Hey there, old man. I don't know you and you don't know me, but I know your story. I know this isn't you, and I know that if Lady Seldia was here, she'd say the same thing. It'll all be over soon, I promise you. Actually, that was my phone giggling. I have the Poe laugh from Ocarina of Time as my notification. Whenever you hear that, I'm being notified about work or something. Some pop-up on my phone. That are my stocks. Well, let's go ahead and put this on. Eat some crits! I love being able to make crits happen whenever I want, as long as the cooldowns are up. Definitely can't stun him. Let's just walk out of that. Get back here. Ooh, I don't like that. Oh, I can't move. I don't remember this fight. I don't even know if they changed it or not. What are we doing with these brights? Oh. Question got answered. Oh, I stood in that. I shouldn't have stood in that. Oh, he ran to that one, so I'll run to this one. Oh! Oh. Gotcha. That was bright. It's critting time. Again, I'm not paying attention. Oh, that hit me. I'm glad I'm not getting any invuln stacks. I have way too many defensive healings and stuff to die against this guy. Can I get sucked in? Oh, crap baskets. Now it's his turn to get sucked in. I wonder, can I do this? I can! I can heal Grandson. Sweet! Not that it does much. Oh, it only works for me. Lame! Oh, lame. Send them out with a bang. Ah, so close. Yeah. Took him out as I got hit with a holy attack. That was sloppy, but it got done. Scratch one cardinal virtue. Damn eater. Let him go, he's not your bloody puppet. Ooh, the crystal looks pretty scuffed up. Finally, you watching, Melinda? Now and ever after, my lady Saldia, my sword is yours to command. Brandon, he's still in there. I'll not hesitate again, no matter the cost, no matter the sacrifice. Wait, is he trapped in the memory still? You're wrong, Brandon, that's not what she would want. Let go of your anger, let go of her. But that would make me lesser in your eyes, wouldn't it? To shoulder a burden that need not be mine. No, I will not forsake compassion and love. I will not dishonor your memory. Oh, my lady Saldia. So he did find it. He's gone. And there's the treasures. I think it's time we put them back. And with that, the three treasures of the royal family are reunited. Now we've just got to find a place to stick them so that no scavenger ever stumbles upon them again. Why don't we give them over to the caretaker? Least we could do for the princess and her knight, am I right? Maybe Sul will have some ideas. Let's head back to Pliny. Sweet! You actually decided the same thing that I was thinking. Sometimes I have some good ideas. Actually, I think I might port back to Grenold and do that part, because if I can get my relic armor, I would be extremely happy. Because I think it decks you out with the whole left side, which I could definitely use. I'm hurting for gear right now. Although it's gonna hurt my inventory space. I'm such a pack rat in video games. It's mostly crafting materials. Thanks, Plex. It is done. Brandon has been laid to rest. You saw us when we arrived. Do you really have to ask? No, I suppose not. Oh, my dear friend, I pray you have found peace. And what of you, grandson? Has the turmoil in your heart subsided at last? I suppose so. Though to be honest, it felt like I made my peace with him before we even fought. Because you finally saw him for what he was and accepted that truth into your heart. The battle was but an afterthought. Ha, easy for you to say. You didn't have to cross blades with the bloke. By the way, I brought you some gifts. The three royal relics of Vobert. Then Brandon was safeguarding both the bracelet and the choker. And now it's your turn to look after the whole lot. That's what Lady Saldia and her knight would have wanted, I reckon. Yes, of course. That their souls may sleep soundly forevermore, we shall enshrine these relics for all eternity. Now that that's settled, I suppose we should be on our way. There's a detour I'll have to take, but afterwards I'd like to speak with you back at the usual spot in the Crystarium. Sure thing. Be well, Sulol. I think that one has a bright life ahead of him, if you can find the strength to overcome such terrible tragedy, but he did. As have you on a few occasions, I am sure. I find a way to plod along. It has been a pleasure, hero. Do visit me should you ever yearn to hear an old fool prattle on and on. Alright, so head back to the Crystarium, then I go back to the Tempest. I should have relic gear. And depending on how the relic gear works, or looks, I mean, I may keep that look or I may revert back to my glam. Alright, so we're going... This is close enough. Alright, where are you at, buddy? Are you hanging up against the wall like usual? Yep. There you are. There you are! Leaning up there like a cool chap. Cool as a cucumber. Well met, Sinner. Glad to see you made it back safe and sound. Having returned to where it all began, I can't help but think back to when I first came here, thinking only of Dikaiason and my revenge. I was so wrapped up in my own personal affairs that I didn't realize I was only pushing others away. Glennard was the only one who saw through the facade. He's a perceptive one, eh? Took one look at me when I got back and broke into a smile. But enough about him. I have yet to thank you properly, hero. I owe you so much for sticking with me to the end. So what's next for you, Sinner? Good question. Can't say I feel at home here or in Wright or anywhere else, so I might spend some time on the road. I may not be as skilled a fighter as you, but I reckon I'm better than most, and there's always someone in need of a reliable sword hand. Melinda would want me to use my talents for a noble purpose, and helping folks in need fits the bill. Hells, isn't this what Brandon and his comrades wound up doing in the end? So, let's not call it a goodbye. Let's just say until the next hunt. And I don't think you ever see him again. Wheresoever you go, may you find shade, Sinner. Likewise. Bye. I wonder if his armor is the Dark Knight set. I haven't seen that set, to my knowledge. He just about clogged up all my inventory space with all that materia. Speaker for the Righteous. Did I get Sinner? Nope. I got New Game Plus. Yay. They actually put New Game Plus into an MMORPG. Alright, actually I gotta go back to the Tempest. We got 2 slots left. Oops. Oh, there's one to the west of me, not too far. I got a tenacity, a crit, and a determination. Not too shabby. Oh, Bale's still up. Go ahead and throw that A out there. And I know this time to use the door. I've let the Ondo down, aye. But more than that, I've let myself down. Might as well go back to mending kettles. Show Granol a crystal which once belonged to one of Ardbert's companions? Sure. What's that you got there? Such striking beauty, it shines with heartache and laughter and the transience of life, like the turmoil of history made manifest. Hey, I can see the brilliance of the crystal's legacy. Ah, you'd never capture such a gleam, not in your labor. Not if you labored 100 years. But bugger me if I don't mean to try. Where are me tools, god damn ya? I must set to work before the feeling fades. Give me gear. Alright, I'm gonna cut this here, because it looks like I'm not getting gear anytime soon, and I gotta clear some bag space. Thanks for keeping company with me, Plex, and everyone else. If you liked it, go ahead and give me a thumbs up by hitting that like button. Subscribe to my channel if you're not a subscriber. Keep up with the content. Comment down below. Tell me what you think about the game and my gameplay, but please keep out any spoilers. And I will see you all in the next video. Catch you then. Later. I'll be on a little bit, Plex. We're going to be doing that Horde Night. Bye!